Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? How you getting it in? Body getting it funny? What's going on, people? Okay, I want to share this story with you. This is a very long read, so I want you to work with me here. This is Transface versus Blackface and how they are the same and different. Now, I want to share this story with you as far as this story. Notice how you feel about this. Now, like I said before, this is a long read, and I want to see how you feel about this. Now, this is reported as of June the 20th, 2017, so it's a little bit years back. But I thought it was a very interesting article, and I want to share with you and your view on what do you think about it. Now, Hollywood still doesn't seem to understand a man playing a trans woman's trans face is no better than a black face. I want to be clear that this is a different reasons, but still just as bad. I get that there are smaller pools of trans actors to choose from. That's not to say that couldn't find one if they tried, but at least they could cast a woman to play a role of a woman and lessen the narratives as far as trans man in a dress. A little comparison. This also lets them drive the movie with star power through its trans women never get their roles. When will we have trans actors with star power? The IMHO is the worst and most invalidating part of it all. Okay, give me a second, let me scroll down. It says an example of a male actor as a male actor Transface versus a white actor in the blackface. In many ways, Transface is a problem that shares the same core issues as far as criticism with its cousin. One of the reasons blackface is universally despised because of its historically used as far as make of black people that's insulting, demeaning, and dehumanizing of black people. Historic blackface was not even an attempt to actually look or portray characters as black. It was a wink and a nod in the audience that let them know that this was a white man pretending to be a black, and then he was played as a racially stereotyping, insulting, biased mockery of black people. Using a man to play a transgender actor is the same kind of wink and nod in the audience that this is really a woman. They want the audience to look at the character and not think of her as a woman, but continue to cast a man as male to female. Then perpetrate as a myth as trans women are not women, and that the matter of female to male should similar to play as far as trans men or men not women. All the better if they could cast a trans woman or a trans man 100%. The cast of characters is pre-transition at any point in the story. It is not defense of using male actors in trans face. Now, male actors are playing trans women, as I said, perpetrate as far as being very hurtful and biased. That real reason that the directors choose male actors is because they want the transgender character to be looked as, don't want to be looked as not a female. Now, also it says that as an actress above started in, she and other transgender actors has been denied roles because they were told that they didn't look trans enough, which is not a way of saying that they don't look like men in dresses. The stereotype I have tried to explain that it's very hurtful, just a backlash of not appropriate as far as white actors should not be trying to portray black, Asians, or Native American cultures as far as racial experiences because of neither look or live the part a man or not a transgender nor can pass. One does not have to be difficult life experiences for transition and pre-transition. A man that has not been on HRT cannot easily pass as a woman nor understand experience as the case of blackface, yellowface, redface, and transface. It ends up coming out as a no matter how well meaning, not as accurate representing. I actually cannot think of a movie with a cis gender actor who portrayed being a transgender and accurately as one of the starring transgender actors. Maybe one comes close and it made by a team of transgender person. In most cases, it has not just been represented and is directly hurtful and insulting mockery as a result. A story that involves a pre-transition period does not exclude using a trans actors or a woman. Both women and transgender actors can be made to look male far easier than a male could be made to look more female, so he can play a trans character. You might as well ask as if it would be okay for a white actor to play a role of a black man just because the part of the story is a black man tries to pass himself as a white, perhaps to save his own life, as the discrimination as far as the character is still not white. Neither will either if he was putting on a show as one of the reasons in the movie. Now, a trans woman is a woman. She is a woman even before transition. She was just forced to blend with the men for the time. I knew I was a woman since I was very young. At roughly 11 years old, I had a name for it, but I knew all my life from 6 on that I didn't fit in as a guy. I never was a guy. I never was who I am. Lastly, as most important as there is the very important issue of agencies as represented as a trans woman, I call to tell you that the movies I've seen that portray trans lives through trans actors and actresses are not just more authentic, but they rough on things that are very deeply level as that cisgender actors and either sex could never do. Okay. It is a time we allow to tell our stories, not have a people that are never experienced the incredible difficulties, struggles of transition, and tell them as us, with dozens of trans actors with their long resumes and experiences. There are just no more excuses not to just let us do it. Now, this is being reported back in 2017. I thought it was a very interesting topic, and it was a very good read. And I thought it was very important, as far as, actresses out here in the world. Okay, let me just gather my thoughts for a minute. Okay, I agree. I feel as though you could have cis women play actresses as far as trans women. But I feel as though the reason why they don't do that is because they want to get the shock value up. I believe a lot of it comes from, I want to be able to make fun of this person. I want to be able to laugh at this person. And I feel as though it's unfair because, like I said before, I know it's time reported, but the thing about it is, when you're doing these type of stories, you have younger people watching. You're teaching them to make fun of someone who's different. A lot of times people sit inside a movie theaters or TV, and it is a learning tool. And they want people to say certain things when they're children, and they repeat what they've seen. Well, where did you hear that from? They saw it from TV. They saw it in the movies. Now, if you have a woman who's playing a trans woman, she's a female. I think it goes over very well, even though we know that we can actually use trans actresses out here because we have tons of people, which they have the new movie Outpost that's on FX that's showing there's so many trans actresses or actors out there that's looking for work, and they're being ignored. And it's really sad that we live in this big world of race, gender, and everything else. We need to learn and embrace a different and different races, different genders, different things. We need to teach people that there's so much in this world. We have a beautiful discovery of different channels and different avenues. I think it's really sad when we cut certain people off from sharing their gifts and their skills because we feel as though it does not represent what we feel as though, and that's what makes the storyline really sad. Now, the sad part about it also as well, I do understand the concept of it as far as blackface and as far as Transface, because basically you're making a mockery of the trans woman. You have a big strong man stand up there representing a trans woman, which gives you room to laugh. Now, some people may not understand it because some people just don't care. But as a two-spirit woman, I do understand how this could be perceived as a joke. And the thing about it is, I'm just waiting for they start talking on the even higher power ones, you know, with the bigger names that's making fun of trans people as well as just dressing up in trans. It is a conversational piece that's going to have to go around even bigger than that. And I'm not going to put any more names out there, but there can be a lot more other people who play trans people on TV and movies and stuff. And it's going to be even bigger than that. But as far as being taken seriously and doing movies and novels and stuff, I understand that you actually use trans people out there. So exercise using trans people. Use trans men, use trans women. They're looking for work. They want to eat too. They want to get their names out there. This is a big world. Use your gift to open up the door for many people out here. Explore the world. But that's just my opinion. And I want to know how you feel about this as far as when they use trans people, a trans person to do storyline. Why can't they use trans actresses? Why they have to find a man who's sometimes really built to look like a trans woman? I feel as though it's just exercising the fact I need y'all to make fun of this person, and I need shock value. Shock value mean when it goes across the screen and it sees a man, it makes everybody laugh. And then when you see them on the streets and on the bus and have to stop, you're taught to laugh at them, and then you laugh at them, and then the trans person get upset, and then we have a problem. Anyway, like I said before, I love your feedback on this. And like I said before, subscribe to my channel. And at the top, there's the Instagram button. You follow me, I'll follow back. And if it's 30 minute cover, please email me at ravenover@yahoo.com. And I love your feedback on this. Let you know I love you. And thank you for watching. Catch the Rave.